The weather is crap again. If you've seen in that box, that's a new water pump for the tractor. So we'll be getting on with that very soon. But the tractor is in the polytunnel. Obviously the polytunnel hasn't got a cover on it anymore. The tractor's in there covered up. We need a dry day to uncover it because it is so muddy down there. Obviously I'm in the wheelchair. It's not ideal situation. So we've got to uncover the tractor, get on the digger, because we put the rotavator on top of the mower deck or in front, you know, so that needs lifting up out of the way. And then we'll get the tractor into the garage and fit this water pump. That'll all be over on Ben's garage. But because it's bloody pissing hard with rain again, we're back in the kitchen. So this morning I'm going to... Tina brought up some chickpeas, dried chickpeas from down in the dungeon. So she's soaked those, boiled them up. I'm going to make a little batch of hummus. I'll do that from scratch. I've just made some tahini. I won't bore you with that. I think there's a video over on Ben's Kitchen, the other channel. If anyone's interested, I'll have to look. I'm saying you go over there, but it might not be there. It's somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with this, and then I'm going to do an experiment with a pumpkin. I will bring you along for that. So I'll show you what this hummus looks like when I've done it, and then we'll be back with you. That is a slightly rustic hummus. I say rustic. The chickpeas Tina got this time, it's from a different sauce, and they're a little bit harder. And I put them in the old blitzer, but they've been blitzing for minutes and minutes and minutes, and they've still got a little bit of chunk to them. So it's not a smooth hummus, it's a country hummus. So we'll have that, bit of bread or something for lunch. Tina's canning up the rest, and she'll put them in the pressure canner. And I'm going to get on with this pumpkin, so let's have a look what she's up to.
Fill them up a bit more because they just don't swell up. You see, these will be the ones that just go.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to get this pumpkin out of the fridge. It is a huge one. I don't know if you saw the community post the other day that I put on. We've had quarter of it. Well, us and the dogs have had some. I made a massive curry. We're going to freeze some of that because we've been eating it for a few days now, and it's just getting a bit tedious, the old flavour. Tina could eat the same thing every bloody day, so I like a bit of variety. So tonight well, if my little experiment comes off, we'll have a look in a minute, and I'll tell you what we're having for tonight's dinner. We're here. None of the pumpkins that we got this year, we actually planted. They were all volunteers. This was the biggest, and it's bloody heavy. So we've had a bit of cut a bit out. We've chucked some of Tina's chucked some of the seeds out and about, see if they grow next year, or this year even. Ooh, losing track of time here. So we had some in a curry, cooked some up for the dogs, keep the pumpkin peel for the dogs, and then Tina cooks up all the vegetable peels, blitzes them down and puts them in jars and cans them, and that bit of vegetable for the mutts. Obviously our dogs aren't vegetarian, but they do have a very varied diet. So I'm going to cut a bit of this, and I'm going to try it doing some pumpkin chips. Or Americans wouldn't call them chips, would they? They call it pumpkin fries. I don't know how it's going to work. We have roasted pumpkin in the past, and it tends to go a bit soggy if you're not careful. Whether we use too much oil or what, I don't know. I mean, we have to sort of try dry roasting it. It doesn't take long to roast pumpkin, does it? I'm going to try it deep frying them. We've just got the little fryer out on the hob. Try not to use electric because, as you can see from the weather, we're not getting a lot of solar. So we'll try not to use any electric appliances. So it's on the gas hob today. Right, I'll cut into this and then I'll show you when we get it all fired up.
sorry, don't do it again.
You try one.
Still not.
Right, let's dig in. She's put some salt on them.
So hot still.
Hot.
Well, I prefer them that way, just roast probably.
Just been cooked.
Yeah, I know. And that hot thing again, isn't it?
Mm.
So, they're not like chips, but
Cool.
quite happy with them tonight.
Well, they were different, that's for sure. So they're a funny consistency, aren't they, pumpkin? So although they crisped up, they were still a bit soft. But for tonight's meal, more than adequate. I'll probably just fry them up for a bit longer. See if they do really crisp up, and that'd be quite nice. So we're having that with battered sausage tonight. So I make like a beer batter. I normally use that for fish, so we have battered fish and chips. Tina doesn't eat fish, so I normally do a bit of chicken or some of these sausages. And this tastes, you know, pretty much like chip shop battered sausage. So very nice. I don't know what I'm going to do now. Anyway, if I do get on with anything, excuse me, I'll bring you along. If I don't, I shall come back later and sign off this video. Tina's been quite busy canning kidney beans, white beans. There's some more kidney beans and chickpeas being canned in the canner as we speak. The bowls over there, we're having steamed pumpkin pudding tonight.
What I'm doing is I'm using the pumpkin in place of the egg.
Yeah, so it's like a steamed pudding. Well, you'd have like a syrup pudding, wouldn't you? Steamed or whatever. Like a sponge pudding, but you steam it. Rather than using eggs, she's using pumpkin as a substitute. Apparently that's rather nice, so we're going to give it a whirl. If it's crap, we won't eat it. I'm sure we will. Cover it in custard, it'll be lovely. But yeah, so the canner's going at the minute. The old jiggler's bobbling away up there, doing its thing. The weather's still crap. And the dogs are pretty out of it. Don't know why. Bloody useless. Ludo! You alright, mate? So as there's not much going on really, I'll sign off this video. Just let you know what we're up to. We're hoping to get outside at some point. I need to fix the tractor because we need to start using that. We use the grass cuttings on the garden. I'll show you all that when we get doing it. I think I've got a good day's worth of grass cutting once we get the tractor fixed. But the tractor repair will be over on Ben's Garage channel if anyone's interested in that. I know some of you are subscribed to both channels. But yeah, as I said, the tractor's all covered up and it's so muddy down there. Being in the wheelchair, it's just not easy. So a nice dry day, we'll uncover it, and then we can fold up the tarpaulin, then get the tractor in the garage and get crack on, and then we'll be up and running again. So fingers crossed that'll all be sorted. Toot sweet. Anyway, catch you in the next video. Bye for now.